this video, we will try to understand the default C++ code that Unreal Engine generates whenever we create a new C++ class. We will also learn what header files are, what CPP files are, and how they work together. Let's get started. I created this project in the previous video, and we already understand what Solution Explorer is. We also understand how Visual Studio organizes our files and folders. Now let's look at these two files. At first glance, this might look a little confusing, because we only created one class. So why did Unreal Engine create two files? Well, this is completely normal. Unlike a Blueprint class, a C++ class is not made from a single file. Instead, it is made using two files. The first one is the header file, and the second one is the CPP file. When these two files work together, they form a single C++ class. So even though you see two files here, they actually belong to the same class. Now the question is, what does each file do? Let's find out. By definition, a header file contains declarations. For example, functions, variables, enums, and many other things. Basically, it tells the compiler what exists inside the class. On the other hand, the CPP file contains definitions. Or you can say, implementations. This file tells the compiler how things actually work. Let's understand this with an example. I am inside the actor blueprint that we created in the previous video. Here, you can see a few events. For example, begin play and tick. If I want to add logic to begin play, I can simply start writing blueprint nodes. For example, I can set the lifespan of this actor to 1 second. And that's it. I don't have to declare begin play somewhere else first. I don't have to create another file. In fact, blueprints do not have the concept of header files. Everything is done in one place. Now let's compare this with a C++ class. As you can see, the begin play function is first declared inside the header file. By the way, this is how we declare functions in C++. And don't worry about keywords like virtual, void, public, or private. Don't worry about creating functions, creating variables, or understanding every line of code you see here. We will discuss everything, one step at a time. You will probably understand most of this code within the next few videos. For now, just compare it with Blueprint scripting and try to understand the overall concept. Right now, begin play is only declared here. There is no actual logic inside it. To add functionality, we need to define it inside the CPP file. As you can see, here is the same begin play function. And here, we have space to write code. For example, just like we set the lifespan to 1 second in Blueprint, we can do exactly the same thing here. We simply call the setLifespan function and set it to 1 second. Now this is important. We cannot write this line of code inside the header file. The header file is mainly used for declarations. This tells the compiler that a function named beginPlay exists. But what the function actually does is defined inside the CPP file. The same thing happens with tick. Tick is first declared inside the header file. And later, it is defined inside the CPP file. As you can see here, there is also space to write code inside tick. Hopefully, you now understand the difference between a header file and a CPP file. In the next video, we will create our very first variable and learn about different types of variables in C++. This is the end of this video. See you in the next one.